Going on JW Faction, my name is Joshua Williamson. First of all, if you hear something, that's my TV. I have Kingdom Hearts 2 on there. But anyways, that out of the way, for this whole video recipe, I'm going to show you how to make what is probably the best chicken wings I've ever made in my life. They're hot honey butter chicken wings. They're very easy to make, a bit time consuming, but in the end it's worth it. These taste amazing. They're awesome, amazing wings. So let's get started. So to start off, I'm actually making a brine for the wings. Now in this big Tupperware here, I have 10 cups of cold water. To that, I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of Lawry seasoned salt and 2.5 tablespoons of garlic powder. Those are the only 2 seasonings I'm using. Now if you wanted an extra spicy kick to these wings, you could add 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper, but I'm more in it for the flavor than I am, the heat. I mean, the heat's still there with the hot honey butter, but you get what I mean. Now I'm going to drop in about 20 chicken wingettes. This is 10, the other 10 are setting aside. After I got all the wing pieces, all 20 of them in the brine, I'm just going to put a lid on this Tupperware, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours, or even better, overnight. Now we're going to make our hot honey butter that we're going to coat the wings with. Now in this bowl, I have 1 cup of melted butter. To that, I'm going to add half a cup of Frank's hot sauce, which is my favorite hot sauce in the world, and 1/4 cup of honey. And just whisk all these together. This sauce tastes absolutely wonderful. It tastes a lot like a sweeter, mild hot sauce, mild buffalo sauce than you'd be used to. It tastes like mild buffalo sauce, but a lot sweeter. It's so good. Okay, I took all of the wings out of the brine, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dry them off as best as I can. I really want to make sure these are very dry before I fry them. And I'm also going to make a seasoned flour to coat the wings with. Now, this isn't going to be like a thick breading, okay? This is just going to be a very, very light dusting of flour just to dry out the wings a little bit more. But anyways, in this plastic bag right here, this Ziploc bag, I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Lawry seasoned salt. And I'm just going to close up the bag and shake to mix it. And I'm just going to put all the wings inside the bag. Then close the bag up and then shake to coat all the wings. And I'm going to shake off every single bit of the excess flour and lay it down on a tray. Like I said, I don't want a heavy breading on these wings. I just want a very, very light dusting of the flour. Okay? Personally, I don't like my wings heavily breaded and sauced up. I feel like when they get sauced up, the breading gets a very weird texture. So this is just to dry out the wings more, make them crispier when I fry them. Alright, now it's time to fry them. Now, if you saw my last buffalo wing video where I made buffalo wings the traditional way, I like to double fry my wings. I fry them once at a low temperature until they're fully cooked, then I fry them again at a higher temperature later until the skin is crispy. But anyways, I'm going to fry them for the first stage at 320 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 160 degrees Celsius. I'm going to fry them for about maybe 10 minutes or so until the internal temperature reaches 165 Fahrenheit. Okay, so after the first stage of frying, this is what the wings look like. Now, they're not ready to eat yet. I mean, technically they are. They're cooked fully. You can eat them if you want to, but they won't be as crispy at this stage. But just let them rest on the wire rack while you fry up the rest of the wings at the same temperature, and we'll get on to the next stage of frying. And by the way, don't really worry too much about overcooking them, because where we brine them in that saltwater brine mixture that we made, they're actually, if you overcook them, they're still going to be very juicy and tender. Now it's time for the second stage of fry. Now take some of the wings that were fried previously and cooled down and increase the temperature to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 190 degrees Celsius, and fry them for an extra 5 to 7 minutes, just until the skin is really nice and crispy. After all the wings have fried for the second time, put them all in a big Tupperware, or whichever, if you want to use a bowl, whatever. I'm just using a Tupperware because it's going to be easier when I do it with the next step. But anyways, take that spicy honey butter that you made and pour it all in. Now I'm going to put the lid on there and I'm going to shake to coat all the wings. Alright, our hot honey butter chicken wings are done. Like I said, they were very easy to make. They were a bit time consuming with the brining, but at the end, it's so well worth it because these wings are absolutely wonderful. They are the greatest wings I've ever made in my entire life. Oh my gosh. Again, the wings in of themselves are obviously very good. They're crispy, they're juicy. You get the idea. But that honey butter, that spicy honey butter, my gosh, it is amazing. It's like I said, it tastes like a mild buffalo sauce, but sweeter. Mmm, they're amazing. But if you try these, leave in the comment section down below and tell me what you thought, whether you liked it or you hated it. If you liked this video, thumbs up, hate this video, thumb it down, and be sure to click subscribe and become a member of the JW faction on the journey to 10,000 subscribers. God loves you. See you later.